Hello and good morning. Now Friday is the precursor to the weekend.
Yeah, and that's why everybody's always so fired up about the weekend.
I'm fired up every morning, every Friday. And the week is really fast coming to an end. And we'd like you to believe that, well, I like to believe that you had a great week so far.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. It's always so nice to have our viewers join us every single day. We're doing things a little differently. Titi annoyed me, so I'm just...
Wow,
yeah.
Really? I literally started the show without doing my shoelaces, people. I didn't do my shoelaces because you're more important than my shoelaces at this point. We need to kickstart the show at the right time just for you.
Yeah, so things are looking good. But if you have to leave the house this morning, you know what to do. You can join us online because we're streaming live every single day.
Yeah, so Yomi is going to be staying this far away because of coronavirus and the like. You know, it's 2 meter distance. You know, that's what they said.
This is more.
This is like 2 meters. We're just
okay. Yeah. So this is
standard.
exactly where maybe we should also do hand washing.
Yeah.
Some hand washing demonstration later on. Show you guys how to do it. 20 seconds.
Yeah. Very simple.
Yeah.
Make sure you use soap though. And send in your comments. Use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC as soon as you can.
Yeah, our app is also available for download both on the Android and iOS stores. This app lets you watch us anywhere you are in the world.
Yes, indeed. I think we should get things moving. We need to tell people what's happening today. We're kicking off with music. We have singer-songwriter Toyosi starting us off.
For fashion, Bridget Agba, the Chief Executive Officer of Jochliu Apparel, will be joining us on the show today to showcase some of her,
Pieces.
some of her pieces. That's what it's called, right?
Yeah, masterpieces. For an energetic dance performance, we have the Spirit in Motion Dance Group. They'll be here soon enough.
And then we have Adesotu Jesse Wahiran, popularly called BBO2, BB Oxygen.
I like that.
This is an award-winning composer, a producer, songwriter, synthesist, I like that, sound designer, and a Logic Pro expert is joining us for a chat on the show.
Distance, yeah. It's called social distancing.
Not so.
That's the term.
Yeah,
The best form of social distance is to lock yourself up in the house.
No.
As soon as you step out of the house, I keep saying it, you're already prone to all manners of diseases, even besides corona. In your house is where you can contain. The moment you're out, you're on your own.
Very true.
And it's even beyond corona. So,
but they're saying that, top on the list for the things that you should do, which is why, it bears repeating. We've been doing that since Monday.
Yeah.
Wash your hands and do it several times a day, especially if you're on a job that keeps you in contact with several people.
Yes.
There are people who contact, imagine working at a toll booth, for instance.
Oh, goodness.
And you're collecting money all day long. Yeah, so...
even the bank teller.
Are they wearing masks at the...
Oh, yeah, they wear masks
do.
at the
And
toll.
I think they wear gloves now. They did used to have to wear gloves, but now I believe they wear gloves.
And so now they're pushing a lot because apart from the diseases that you could catch from taking so much money, there's also the fumes, carbon monoxide poisoning, and all of that, which is part of the reason why now part of the Lekki side is automated, so you can just drive through without so things like that.
As at 2 days ago, there was talk about of all people, the British health minister being infected, testing positive. Yeah. And then yesterday, it became Arsenal manager, Mikel Arteta.
Wow.
And I've just been like, he's so young. Yeah, he has a higher likelihood of recovering,
yes, of course.
unlike if he was elderly. But the number of people he's had contact with, there were already fears because of the visits to some days back that had Arsenal players and the manager exposed. But everyone thought they probably washed their hands or stuff.
I think people, the average person started taking this more seriously when famous people started getting it. And the truth is, there were some tweets that went out a few days ago saying, okay, yesterday when we heard about Tom Hanks, they were like, okay, yes, now our parents will believe that this thing is real because they believe an actor like Tom Hanks. The sportsmen that are now involved, people believe those people. They see them as icons, and they're taking it more seriously.
I find it surprising because on social media, it's something people have actually been taking very seriously. So celebrities having it now is more or less like, oh, wow, they are having it. Because I'm actually surprised to hear that people are just beginning to take it seriously.
Yeah, I think maybe when you think about the fact that a lot of these guys have sheltered lives relatively to others. Relative to others that, okay, maybe they only see 5 to 10 people in a day that come really, really close to them. And they're getting it. So immediately,
what about you?
exactly.
What about that person that
on the
works
bus,
as
on
a
the
bank
train,
teller,
exactly.
You know, your bus conductor, or
I think the biggest one for me was Justin Trudeau's wife.
Oh, goodness.
The Canadian Prime Minister's wife. I was like, gosh. We'll probably talk more about this during COVID Gist. Yomi has the news.
Yes, indeed. And the deposed Emir of Kano, Muhammadu Sanusi, is heading to the courts to challenge what he termed his detention and confinement. A suit filed on his behalf by a senior advocate of Nigeria, Lateef Fagbemi, is seeking an order of the court for his release from where he was held after being deposed on Monday. The basis of the suit is for the restoration of his rights to human dignity, personal liberty, freedom of association and movement in Nigeria, apart from Kano State, pending the hearing and determination of the applicant's originating summons. Respondents to this application are the Inspector General of Police, the Director General of the Department of State Services, the Attorney General of Kano State, and the Attorney General of the Federation. On Monday, the former emir was deposed by the order of the Kano State government and was taken away from the palace. He was then taken to Abuja before a 7-hour drive to Loko in Nasarawa State. And the next day, he was again moved to Awe, still in the Nasarawa State, where he has since been held under heavy security restriction. Residents of Awe, a local government area of Nasarawa State, say the presence of the deposed emir of Kano, Muhammadu Sanusi, is giving economic activities in the town a boost. They say the massive influx of people into the town has budded a new lease of life. Godwin Agwam reports.
Awe local government is in the southern senatorial district of Nasarawa State. It is predominantly inhabited by the Hausa, Juku, and Tiv stock. It is the new home for the deposed emir of Kano, Muhammadu Sanusi, and was where he was relocated to after leaving Loko in Nasarawa local government. At his new home in Awe, security has been beefed up. Nobody is allowed anywhere near his abode. The TVC news crew who made an attempt to approach the house were harassed by security agents. But the presence of the deposed emir has increased economic activities in the town. Residents of the town are happy with the pace of business since the coming of the deposed emir.
Seriously, the economic of our town has been improved. Seriously, as a matter of fact, since last 2 days, as a former emir of Kano arrived away, we see plenty people, different faces, coming to our village or locality, buy things from the sellers. So there is more improvement. Even though he came as a punishment, but in fact, in the other hand, we appreciate it.
Yeah, you must understand that the economic activities of the time must go high because of the man. The man is a power man. He's a might on himself, a first-class chief. Once he comes around, people will definitely troop in and the activities will kick up. Some people will come stay 2-3 days just to sympathize with him and encourage him.
Just as the presence of the deposed emir of Kano, Muhammadu Sanusi, has increased economic activities in Awe town, security operatives attached to his residence have refused to allow anyone gain access to the vicinity, saying they are under instructions. Godwin Agwam, TVC News, Awe.
Now, the meeting between the academic staff union and universities and the federal government has been adjourned till Monday and Tuesday next week. This followed preliminary agreements reached on the possibility of incorporating both ASU's proposed University Transparency and Accountability Solution, UTAS, and the Integrated Personnel and Payment Information System, IPPIS, into the university payment system. The academic body is expected to discuss this with its members over the weekend and revert to government during next week's meeting. The House of Representatives has now resolved to be part of subsequent meetings between the government and ASU to forestall a breakdown in talks between both parties. Now, Ghana and Gabon have joined the list of African countries with cases of coronavirus. Ghana confirmed its first 2 cases, while Gabon confirmed its first case. Ghana's health minister, Kwaku Agyemang Manu, said 2 people who arrived from Norway and Turkey tested positive. In Gabon, the patient was a Gabonese man who arrived from France. Globally, more than 125,000 people have been infected with the coronavirus and over 4,600 have died. Well, that's the news update for this hour. Let's see what the weather looks like for today, and then a short break and sports with Mary after. Thank you so much, Mary. Today is Friday, March 13th, 2020. And The Punch leading the headlines this morning.
Yes, just saying it's Friday the 13th. Just putting it out there.
I don't know what that means.
Starting with the Punch newspaper, it says 12 SANs lead Sanusi's freedom battle. Hearing begins today. That's 12 senior advocates of Nigeria. That's a lot of senior advocates of Nigeria. I'm just saying. That's a lot. But ex-Kano Emir sues IG, DSS boss fights to leave detention. It also says here, Shoyinka hits Ganduje, says former CBN governor a reformer. Nasarawa governor Emir's security chiefs meet deposed monarch. It also says right beside the masthead there, it says federal government to lease unoccupied private houses nationwide. Drama in Kebbi as aides arrest man rushing to touch Buhari. He was trying to touch him.
Yeah. I saw that online.
You did? Gbajabiamila Miller begs ASU lecturers vow to continue strike. Naira crashes in value. Dollar sells for 420 Naira. Wow. Multiple suits threaten APC NEC meeting. Crisis deepens. Oil dips to $32. Buhari says it's time to diversify. Moving to the bottom here, it says the Uber passenger rescued from Lagos Lagoon. Lagos Lagoon killed girlfriend, according to the CP. Goodness me. NYSC screens governors. Minister coppers at orientation camps. And finally, okay, let me take this one. It says here, Lagos Assembly sets up panel to resolve crisis. That's what we have on the cover of the Punch.
All right, let's check out the Vanguard. Fight to finish in APC as opposing camps dig in. Party officials remove Oshomole's pictures from billboards at Secretariat. 47 non-NWC members kick against NEC meeting. Ekiti Court begins hearing in case against Ajimobi's appointment. And Lagos Court rules March 17 NEC meeting must hold with Ajimobi, Bulama, and Chukwuma. No plan to dethrone monarchs in Ekiti, Fayemi says. And herdsmen attacks, soldiers didn't kill Uweru indigenes, Okowa says. At the bottom here, there's a story. Sanusi sues security agencies over illegal confinement as Nasarawa governor, Emir visit. Federal government, ASU, agreed to integrate UTAS into IPPIS. And coronavirus hits Nigerian economy. Oil price further down to $36.5 per barrel, and stock losses climb to 1.8 trillion naira. And naira depreciates further, and CBN reads Riot Act. COVID-19, falling oil price will affect funding of infrastructure, Buhari says. And finally, on the cover of the Vanguard this morning, this is the trending handshake now. It's called elbow shake. And that's what everybody's doing nowadays. You give you an elbow and not a hand. And that's what we have on the Vanguard.
That same trending handshake, or should we call it the elbow bump?
Yeah, the
this
elbow.
one?
There it is.
Yeah, that
there
one.
You go.
It does seem to be going everywhere. Even the president's doing it. In the photo story on the cover of The Guardian, we can see the vice president, Yemi Osinbajo, and President Muhammadu Buhari, and the publisher of This Day newspaper here, Nduka. He's also given the corona elbow bump to the president there at a roundtable organized by CBN at the State House in Abuja yesterday. So this is yesterday. So everybody needs to take this a little more seriously. Now 43 quarantined in Plateau test negative for coronavirus. Meanwhile, China records a decline in the new cases, offers support to Africa. Nigeria's economic woes worsen as Naira crashes to 406 Naira to the dollar. CBN denies plan to devalue Naira, vows sanctions over FX panic. Story starts there on the cover and wraps up on page 6. The main headline here on the cover of The Guardian is pressure mounts for Sanusi's release. Ex-monarch sues DSS, IGP, others. Shoyinka lashes out at Ganduje. Varsity postpones honor for ex-emir. Nigerian found dead in his Italy home after high fever. That's a sad one. And on coronavirus, punching sports below the belt globally. And finally, court declares APC-NEC meeting without Ajimobi, others invalid. That's what we have on the cover of The Guardian.
All right, let's squeeze in the Daily Sun right now. Coronavirus, Naira under threat. Crashes from 355 Naira to 375. Wow. No cause for alarm, federal government insists. Deposed Emir Sanusi sues IGP, DSS, Kano Accountant General, others over detention. Federal government has to reach agreement on IPPIS. Union yet to call off strike. APC crisis, Oshomole's photos yanked off at party secretariat. Oh my goodness. Lokobiri, 12 others suspended for anti-party activities. We've improved security, Buhari says. And at the bottom here, no plan to depose Obas. Governor Fayemi responds to news yesterday. And Enugu Airport, Easter deadline, sacrosanct, says federal government. Stop using my name to fleece people, EFCC Chairman Magu warns. And that's the Daily Sun this morning.
And that's all we can take for this newspaper headlines segment. We're taking them again in the second hour of the show. But meanwhile, we're taking a quick break, and then we'll have the traffic update for you after that. Hello, welcome back. We're about to give you some tips on the best route possible for you this morning. Hopefully you'll be getting to your destination a bit faster because we gave you this information. As always, we encourage that you help other road users. Drop some relevant information for them. Just tell them exactly what the situation report is in your neighborhood. Use our social media pages and our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. I'm starting in an area that I don't usually start. I'm starting at Akunwojo Road here. It is one of those roads that so many people pass through just to try and get to their destinations. It does seem to be quite free this morning. No tension there at all, except at the major bus stops. And let me see, if you decide to take Shasha Road, you shall have a really smooth journey all the way till Dokbemu. Now, Dokbemu does have its challenges. There is a 37-minute journey from Akonwojo Road, where Shasha Junction is, all the way to Ikeja, which is not so bad considering. But there are some trouble spots. Of course, I did mention Dokpemu Junction. And then, of course, by the time you get to Ikeja along, it does slow down quite a bit. But not to worry. Some alternative routes seem tempting today, but they're going to take you a longer time. By the time you get to Mobolaji Bank Anthony Way, you're home free. I'm not sure if there are any updates from social media yet. With
not sure, because we ourselves are not sure if people have access to the internet this morning, considering what we're taking a look at. But I'll just mention one I saw. This says, Alaka to Costain is experiencing serious traffic gridlock. No vehicular movement at all. That's at the moment. So it's actually a call to LASMA to please help clear the gridlock. That one I saw via Traffic Butter. Yeah, so that's about it. Most people are not traveling. Don't worry, coronavirus doesn't affect your personal phone.
Yeah. So there are one or two people that are mentioning the Bagada Oworoshoki Expressway that's been under construction for over 2 weeks now, and people are being forced to use the service lane. So that's causing a lot of backlog traffic into the stretch towards the Third Mainland Bridge from the mainland. So that's it's pretty tough, but hopefully with a little bit of patience across that axis, within 20 to 30 minutes you get through it and you should be okay. So maybe give some extra 30 minutes when you're heading to the island this morning because of the extra tightly packed traffic areas, and also because of the lockdown of the Eco Bridge. So,
what do we know? Gidi Traffic has traffic updates for us again. Okay, so this says serious gridlock by Wawarepo inward Ibadan Expressway, and that was about some minutes back. This one says Costain in and out is blocked at the moment. The rate at which people are talking about the Costain axis, it's obviously a major gridlock. So if that is your usual route, you might want to consider taking alternative routes so you don't get stranded there. There's a difference when you're driving or you're in a public form of transportation, because then you can alight and walk. But when you are driving, please just be careful. Avoid it.
All right. Thankfully, Gidi Traffic has sort of woken up at this time of this morning.
I'm shocked.
Yeah,
it's been a while.
Not as fast at this time. But glad to note that your journey, if you're coming from Aja area of Lagos, is not going to be tense until you get to Orchid, or should I call it the Chevron toll gate. Now, it does make me wonder. A lot of mainlanders try to get to the island and they spend about 45 minutes to 1 hour. But if you're coming from Aja to get even just into VI, you're going to spend at least 1 hour, 26 minutes. So who exactly is really benefiting from that island mainland thing? I don't know. I'm just calling
Titi,
people
45 minutes. Are you sure about that?
Yeah, 45 minutes, 1 hour.
Mainland.
I said 1 hour, 45 minutes.
Titi, I spent...
She said 1 hour, 45 minutes. That's
okay, because I heard 45 minutes. I was wondering.
So it's like almost the same thing. That's what I'm saying. It's like it's almost the same thing
so
now.
Come
especially
and get cheaper rent here.
There seems to be a 35-minute delay.
Wow.
All the way from Lekki Conservation, all the way, I'm still scrolling past Agungi, past Elevation Church, past Circle Mall, past Tickle Bay, past everywhere. Just keep going all the way to the Marwa Junction. And it's just traffic. So I'm just, it might as well be a bridge. I'm just saying, it might as well be Third Mainland Bridge. You're not going to have a free road until you get to it's not even free after Oniru. It's not even free after Oniru Junction. I thought it would be. Yeah, you might be able to find an alternative route if you decide to go through Lekki Phase 1, as long as you have the tag for your car, because it's a cashless toll gate now. But if you're going towards Bonny Camp, expect some tension at Civic Center 1004. All that area is tense right now. And it just frees up when you get to Ozumba around the Radisson Blu, and then you're at your destination. So all in all, 1 hour, 26 minutes if you take the no toll gate route. And hey, you'll be at your destination. Hopefully that's been able to help someone. Regarding the Echo Bridge, we would love to hear your updates and see pictures from you. If you could send us a picture of what the situation is like around those areas right now and use our hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC so we can see, we would appreciate it. See you guys in the kitchen in a bit.
All right, babe, we can't wait to have you. A lot is trending, and top on the trends is Mikel Arteta, as in his #1 trending subject on Twitter right now. And it's worrisome because you think of the fact that he has children, he probably played with when he got home, and so many people around him, loved ones that have probably been exposed. As it is, Arsenal players have been placed on quarantine for 14 days, and it's beginning from Tuesday, which was the last time they had contact with him. Wednesday was a day off, so it's not being counted. Yeah, it's scary. Mikel Arteta, by the way, is the Arsenal coach, and that's what so many people are talking about. Congrats, you know, messages to him to get well soon. Also, Justin Trudeau's wife is being talked about, Canada. People wishing her the very best. However, the big one today is Friday. The 30th.
Yeah, I knew she was going to go there. But before we touch that, there was another hashtag trending yesterday. I think I mentioned this to you yesterday in the afternoon.
Which one?
The hashtag cancel everything.
Yeah.
Cancel everything. So that trended to about 360,000 tweets. That's 360K tweets. We're saying cancel everything.
It's long overdue.
And so this is cancel social gatherings, cancel sporting events, cancel school events, cancel everything. So the social distancing thing we talked about earlier on is a real thing. And canceling all these events means that people get to live longer. I'm trying to imagine if they don't, for instance, decide to cancel the Olympics or postpone or whatever the case may be. Imagine all those countries of the world converging in one place. God forbid someone spreading the virus amongst them. And all those people going back to their countries, spreading around the world. That's apocalypse level.
Well, you know, that's actually what's been happening.
Yeah, so
people have been traveling. People have been going to gatherings. That's how come Justin Trudeau's wife got it. That's how come the UK health minister got it. That's how come Mikel Arteta got it, because you've been having contacts like nothing is going on. Everybody feels they're immune to it, but nobody is. It's a real situation.
It's a big deal. So now, you know, it's sad. A week ago, there was this huge birthday party for children that the twins were invited to. I was like, you know what? Nah, I'm not doing this. Why? The bouncy castles, the toys, the everything, the kids, you know, hugging each other and all that. It's just high risk at this point. And that hashtag cancel everything, I appreciated the fact that it trended. Right. Because everybody is beginning to key into the fact that this is what is causing it to spread so fast.
The people gathering and then spreading the viruses around. Of course, over just yesterday, Ghana and the Republic of Gabon had their first set of cases. So, the cases in Africa have been significantly slower than in other countries. Now, I was watching an analysis yesterday on one of the African channels, and they said one of the reasons that is the case is because Africans don't travel as much. Again, because of poverty. Lots of people are you know, the lower middle class, you know, lower class and all of that. So they don't travel globally like the Europeans and all the other countries do. So for that reason, there's no one traveling. We don't travel en masse and then come back home en masse. And usually when Africans travel, we don't like to come back. So we have a lot of Africans in Europe. We have a lot of Africans in America and other countries. So we don't have that many flights coming into Africa. So that is why the burden of the disease in Africa is so low. Like it's the lowest,
you know, it's
lowest in the world.
You would mention it because somebody, in fact, not somebody, so many people on Twitter actually call it hashtag rich man's disease. Because you have to be able to get on a flight, which most people cannot afford. No, it's the truth. So if you cannot get where it's easy to contract it, then, but let's not forget that many of the, in quotes, rich people also have in quotes, poor people working for them, who they would also have contact with. And those people too will also spread it. So that's how it goes sometimes. And then even talking about this coronavirus from the economic level, I've been rather upset since yesterday, and I'll tell you why. So you know quite well that there's this price war going on, the oil prices. And I just realized that if Nigeria had the oil price in our favor, for example, with everything that is going on, including Trump having to sign the disaster emergency bill and all that, if we had the oil prices on our side, this would have been a fantastic way to even improve our economy. Because most countries around the world are having serious issues right now. The US market is plunging, which could have been to our advantage. And I'm seeing dollar at 420 naira.
That's incredible.
And it's driving me crazy because I know that could have been avoided if oil prices were better.
You know what? If only hopefully the right people are listening. Hopefully people are putting different things in perspective, and we find some solutions to some of these issues. We're going to be giving you important factual updates on what's happening with the coronavirus during our news bulletins. But for now, we have to take a quick break.
Yeah, so we're going to wash our hands and then come back shortly.
Social distancing. Stay away from it.
You guys are almost hugging, sir.
All right, check it out, guys. Fontana City Entertainment signee David Omotoyosi Ognishuba, aka Toyosi. He's a singer-songwriter, and his debut single, Alayewa, is a blend of Afrobeat and street-savvy tunes, passing a conscious message while still entertaining. And he's amazing, this guy. Now, you've been doing music for about 9 years, but you discovered your sound last year. So talk to us about how that happened last year when you discovered your sound.
It was just like, it was last year when this guy released his album, Burna Boy.
Yeah.
So I was just like, this is what I can do. As in, I discovered myself then more.
Even though you'd been doing music for 9 years.
Yeah, I've been doing it for long.
Yeah.
But that was last year when Burna Boy released the album. I was like, this is really what I can do.
Yeah.
Like then, so I just like, okay, what can I do? So I just have to find someone that
understands that sound.
Understand that sound, yeah.
And understands you as well.
Someone that can that will be free with do everything with. So I was just like, okay, I just kind of like praying because I don't know who to go to.
Yeah.
I was just like, let me just start praying. Things will happen. So I got in contact with this guy, Mommy Day. It was my mixing engineer. Then so I got in contact with the guy. I was like, okay, this is kind of person. I sent my music to him, like alpha.
And then he came up with some sounds.
It was
for
like,
you.
I can see the way you sound. I can hear the way you sound. I think this is what you can do. Like Burna Boy, like Afro type, full Afro.
Full Afro beat, everything, and then that's now your sound, and that's what you do. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not going to waste too much time because everybody's listening. And okay, let's listen to this guy. Yeah. And Toyosi is right here with us with a song. What's it called? Alayewa.
Alayewa, yeah.
That's it right there. Let's do it.
Thank you.
Alaye saje, alaye wa bi ra you, ole wa fi.
Well, good morning and welcome to the second hour of the show.
Yeah.
This is the #1 breakfast show on television. Yes. Wake Up Nigeria.
It's the weekend. It's time to unwind. And what other way can you do that if you're not joining us at this time of the day on the show.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun-filled edition of the show.
Yeah.
As usual. I mean, it's to be expected.
And you know what it is today. You know Friday.
Friday.
Friday is game day.
Game day.
It's game day.
Oh, okay. There are games today.
Yes, of course there are games today.
Okay, so yeah.
Well,
looking
were
forward
you
to it.
planning to leave early? I don't know. You have another job you have to get to.
Well, you
We're
know, I've got
playing
like
games
2 or
today.
3 jobs, actually, in reality.
It's the most important one.
The next 1 hour, 45 minutes is going to absolutely be amazing. We can assure you that, so you don't want to miss 1 second of the show.
My name is Titi Oyinson.
And I'm Yomi Ope. Don't forget that we're online, so check us out, tvcentertainment.tv, and on Facebook at TVC Connect.
You can also send in comments. I know, some people have been mentioning this outfit. I know. Thank you. I like it myself. Thank you. That's why I wore it. Wake Up Nigeria on TVC is the hashtag you need. And you can also download our app from the Android or iOS store. Watch us on your mobile devices from anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So guess what's going on today in the kitchen? Someone very special to us. She's been away in Norway, all the way in Norway, taking in the snow. And Chef Mary Jane is in the building.
Mary
So,
Jane!
Mommy, I didn't get that Norway part before now. And I wish you had just told me earlier.
What?
Nothing now. I'm
So
just
that you
standing.
stay away.
Am I staying away? Me that I'm just trying to stand properly. So you understand? Yes.
Back
Welcome
from Norway.
Norway.
Back from Norway is
It's a
Chef Mary
joke,
Jane.
people. It's a joke.
Great to be back.
It's great to have you back.
Thank you.
Yes.
It's great to be back on the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Can we move on so I can walk
We
out
can.
of the kitchen?
But Mary Jane is one of the chefs that, as soon as she starts cooking, like people from different far reaches of the compound just start
Yeah.
arriving.
See now,
very
see
true.
the
I don't
evidence.
get it.
She
local
usually has
stuff.
like a special spread, so looking forward to what she's got for us today.
Can't we?
Anyway, so let's tell you what's going to be happening for the rest of the show, right? And for fashion, Bridget Agba, the Chief Executive Officer of Just Liu Apparel, will be showcasing some of her pieces, you called it. Some of her pieces.
And then, for an energetic dance performance, we have the Spirit in Motion dance group.
Spirit in Motion, I like that. Adeshotu Jesse Wahiran, popularly called BB02, is an award-winning composer, producer, singer, songwriter, synthesist, and lots more, and is joining us for a chat.
All right. Earlier we were talking about today being Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Now, I'll run through some of the things happening today, and then you would pick 2 things that will make you go, this Friday the 13th.
No, okay.
Something to wonder about.
All right.
So today is Smart and Sexy Day. Today is Earmuffs Day. Open an umbrella indoors day.
No, no.
I'm not kidding.
Open an umbrella indoors.
Yeah, you know the old myth about having an umbrella open.
Okay, so which myth do
What's
you
what's
know?
the myth?
They're
What's the
actually-
myth about that? I don't
Oh,
know.
that's if you open an umbrella, inside the house,
What?
rain is going to fall or something like that.
No!
Was it?
What's the myth?
So, okay, if you're single, well, what I heard when I was younger is if you open an umbrella indoors, it means it's going to rain on your wedding day. That was what I heard. And they always used to
That's
It's really
so what's
fickle.
that myth about
Really,
not
really
walking on the ladders?
Yeah, because these things were actually practical. It's so
Yeah.
the umbrella one was probably so children don't open umbrellas in the
Inside.
house. And as for walking under the ladder, if that ladder falls on you, you might not live to tell the story.
Yeah, but there's
Yeah.
a myth
Though
about
there's
it,
a myth around it, but
Of course.
it's also to deter people
so
from doing
even
that.
till now, if I see a ladder, I'm consciously going
The other way
it.
around.
I never.
And
go under it.
Yorubas
I don't know why.
have a myth that they don't step over the feet of a pregnant woman.
Yeah, I've heard
Like-
that.
like-
Children don't look like
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
or the
child.
child, especially if it's just one.
It's 2020, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know,
But
but
still, when I'm pregnant, please don't step over me. I want my child to look like me.
don't.
Oh boy.
I don't know. We have so much to
So
do. on
myths.
the show today.
I'll
Yeah.
share more later. I'll share more
Many
what's
myths,
happening.
many myths,
Yomi has a
religious myths as well. We'll talk about those. Anyway, it's time to take the news. My name is Yomi Ope. And the deposed Emir of Kano, Muhammadu Sanusi, is heading to court to challenge what he termed as his detention and confinement. A suit filed on behalf by a senior advocate of Nigeria, Lateef Fagbemi, is seeking an order of the court for his release from where he's been held after being deposed on Monday. The basis of the suit is for the restoration of his rights to human dignity, personal freedom, personal liberty, freedom of association and movement in Nigeria, apart from Kano State, pending the hearing and determination of the applicant's originating summons. Respondents to this application are the Inspector General of Police, Director General of the Department of State Services, the Attorney General of Kano State, and the Attorney General of the Federation. On Monday, the former emir was deposed by the order of the Kano State government and was taken away from the palace. He was taken to Abuja before a 7-hour drive to Loko in Nasarawa State. The next day, he was again moved to Awe, still in Nasarawa State, where he has been held under heavy security. Now, the meeting between the Academic Staff Union of Universities and the federal government has been adjourned till Monday and Tuesday next week. This followed preliminary agreements reached on the possibility of incorporating both ASU's proposed University Transparency and Accountability Solution, UTAS, and the Integrated Personnel and Payroll System, IPPIS, into the university payment system. The academic body is expected to discuss this with its members over the weekend and revert to government during next week's meeting. The House of Representatives has now resolved to be part of subsequent meetings between the government and ASU to forestall a breakdown in talks between both parties. Now over to Ghana. Ghana and Gabon have joined the list of African countries with cases of coronavirus. Ghana confirmed its first 2 cases, while Gabon confirmed its first case. Ghana's health minister, Kwaku Manu, said 2 people who'd arrived from Norway and Turkey tested positive. In Gabon, the patient was a Gabonese man who'd arrived from France. Globally, more than 125,000 people have been infected with the coronavirus, and over 4,600 have died. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and his wife Sophie Trudeau are in 14-day isolation after she tested positive for the coronavirus. Mr. Trudeau says he is not showing any symptoms, but will work from home. Ms. Trudeau began to show mild flu-like symptoms, including a low fever on Wednesday night after returning from London. Health workers have begun contacting people Mrs. Trudeau recently met with. There are currently 103 confirmed cases of coronavirus in Canada and one death linked to the disease. Now, the House of Representatives dedicated Thursday's plenary to deliberate on the issue of out-of-school children. Nigeria has more than 13 million out-of-school children, the highest in the world. The lawmakers resolved to amend the National Youth Service Corps Act to encourage deployment of young Nigerians on the 1-year national service to teach in schools. The House also resolved that it would dedicate a week for members to organize town hall meetings with their constituents for sensitization on children education. At the Senate, the matter was debated on Tuesday, where Senate President Ahmad Lawan urged government to integrate Almajiri education into modern system of education in Nigeria. Well, that's a wrap on the news for this hour. Stay tuned for the weather update. All right, check it out. We are in the kitchen, and I've got Chef Mary Jane in the building. I don't know why you're wearing gloves.
Well, we need to
I'm not
promote
wearing gloves
hygiene.
because we're in the kitchen right now, so.
We need to be very careful about what gets into our
Okay, so
mouth.
something special is happening in the kitchen. I love it. You know, when you're here, something special, very traditional, always happens. And people love you out there, by the way, because you're like a star.
Thank you.
Anyway, so, but tell us what we're going to be doing here. Chef Mary Jane.
Okay, today I'll be cooking a local delicacy called atama.
Atama.
Yes,
From
atama
what,
is the Cross River.
Cross River.
Yes, Ibibios, they also do atama. The Effiks, they make atama.
Effiks and the Ibibios.
Yes, but it's synonymous with other soups we always know, like the banga soup.
Okay, like so a little bit like
The difference
banga.
is just banga, ofe, Not ofensala. I almost said ofensala. Ofako. The thing is, they all have the same, almost the same methods of cooking, but it's just the spices.
The spices and the things that put it
Yes,
together.
and the vegetable in question.
All right, so something's already happening and steaming over there. What's that? Okay, we're going to get there. Okay, so first let's start with. So let me say the ones that I know.
Okay.
And the ones that I don't know.
5. Just give me 5.
I should give you 5 things. Okay, so palm kernel. That's this one over here.
Yeah.
Dry fish. Yeah, I'm not sure what this is. What's this?
Okay, that's the Iden port. It's called uyayak. It's one of the seasonings that you have for your pepper soup.
Uyayak.
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 Yes.
Uyayak.
You said it well like a Calabar man. I would have been confused.
But
the
been
botanical
there.
name is Iden port.
Iden pod, okay.
Yeah. That's the dry atama leaves.
Dry atama leaves.
Yes. Then we have melon.
Melon, of course, yeah.
Yes.
So, egusi.
Yeah, I'm going to be telling you how to fix that. That's grounded crayfish.
Grounded crayfish, salt.
Salt. I didn't allow you finish the...
yeah, it's my guessing game. Shrimps, obviously.
Dry prawns.
Dry prawns. Croaker fish.
Yes, you got that.
Pomo.
Yes, you got that.
Seasoning cubes, yellow
pepper, red pepper, and dry pepper.
And dry pepper, okay.
Oh,
so
yes,
so
you didn't
that's
remember
good.
your stockfish.
Oh, yeah. We have stockfish here on the corner. And so all of these together will make
atama soup.
Atama soup.
Yes.
Atama soup. Okay, so something is happening already.
Oh, yes. I had already washed and gotten the palm nut syrup ready.
Okay, so that's the palm nut syrup. So all we need from the palm nuts is the syrup. I hope everybody's paying attention. You know, when Mary Jane is around here, it's a whole lecture. So follow us through this whole process, and we'll tell you how this thing works. Okay, so
the syrup is on already.
So how do we get the syrup?
You boil it, you pound it, and extract the syrup.
Oh, right. Okay.
So
you boil the palm nuts.
You pound it. And then extract the oil.
The syrup after the pounding.
Yes.
Extract the oil from it.
Now, you know this is the same way you make normal palm oil.
Right.
There's a difference between normal palm oil and the type you need to cook. They're two different things.
Right.
The normal palm oil, the oil is going to be on the top, and then you sieve off that one. But this one, both the syrup and the oil, I need both of them.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, so I like that. So that is already cooking over there. And so everyone watching will know that what you need to do is ensure that you get the palm kernels, boil them.
Pound and extract.
So it's a lot of work.
Oh, sorry, I also forgot to add. There are some syrups that are already made, so you can actually buy it from a shop. They come in cans.
Yeah, now you're talking because all this is women of nowadays. They don't like all this stress.
They come in cans, so you
pounded.
just open it and just pour it into your pot.
Yeah, so some women are breathing a sigh of relief right now. Like, thank God. Okay, so anyway, so after that, what happens?
Okay, after that, 1 second, let me get. I love using a spatula when I'm cooking.
Okay, at least this one I can do.
Because of my pots, so I like using my spatula.
So
okay, so we want the syrup to get a little thick, but if it's not as thick as you want, you can just sprinkle a little bit of egusi into it.
To make it thicker.
To make it thicker, not so much, just sprinkle a little. Okay, so it's made
so
it
I can see it's getting thicker now. So when it gets thicker, so once you get the consistency you want, so what's the next thing?
The next thing we're going to do is we need to get our fish a little boiled.
So boil the fish inside
the
palm kernel
so that we'll have
mix
some
of
taste.
palm kernel sauce. Okay, this thing is beginning to splash. I'm going to move back. But okay, so
let's give it some time.
So give it some time.
Yes.
So what's the effect of cooking the fish inside this thick broth
I want it
thing?
to have some taste.
Okay, just some taste. So you're not even going to cook it for
too long. Yes, because croaker fish goes off very, very easily.
Okay.
Very, very easily.
So do you want to flip it over, or you're just going to take it out the way it is like that?
Yep. Okay, I needed to do some preparations.
While I'm taking... I'm flipping it over, Chef Mary Jane.
Yes, it's okay. You're doing a great job.
I am? Oh,
yes, you are.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so what are you doing over there, Chef Mary Jane?
I'm trying to get my cowhide also known as pomot, ready because it needs to cook for a while.
Okay, so that will be cooking separately from
Yes, the soup
from
will
the
start
others.
when I get this ready.
All right. So let's take the menu and the list of things you're going to need for this special traditional soup from Cross River. Oh, well, not Cross River.
It's time to take this out. I'm Igbo.
Oh, it's time to take it out.
Yes.
Not Cross River. You said it's by the Efik and Ibibio
and the
people.
Ibibios, yes.
Yeah. So can we get the menu list on the screen? Okay, well, we can't do that now. We have to take a break. But don't you just love the way the fish is looking?
Ready to eat.
Ready to eat. Looking really, really
still
special. It's
remains
going to be
small,
a
though.
special day. There's still a lot of work to do.
It still remains small though.
There's still a lot of work to do on the show. But we're going to take this quick break and be back with Mary for the updates in sports. All right, back in the kitchen with the one and only Chef Mary Jane. And, things have been happening here.
Yes, a whole lot.
Okay, but, we try to slow things down for you a bit
So that you
because
can see.
so that you can see what we're doing, because this soup, it's a bit different. It's a different twist. So it's not your regular F4 or egusi or any other thing, because it's Chef Mary Jane and she just likes to complicate things.
Well, we do have what we have to do.
Okay, so Chef Mary Jane, we started with
The soup,
soup,
I
the
had to
soup.
take off the gloves because sometimes it's quite hard.
Yeah, and then
So-
it's rubber, so you have to be careful.
Very,
okay, so
very
anyway, here's what we did, right? We boiled the palm kernel.
palm nuts.
Right? The palm nuts, okay.
Yes.
And then we
Extracted
we
the
pounded
syrup.
and extracted the syrup.
Syrup, yeah.
And then we boiled slightly the croaker fish, which is what's here.
No, wait. We wanted the syrup to be a little thick, so we tossed in some
A little bit of egusi.
grounded melon.
Melon
Yes.
seeds, egusi,
Yes.
in there, right? And
Yes.
then we
Then we put in the fish so that it
cooked
can
it for
steam a little.
like 2 minutes. We steamed it for 2 minutes.
Yes.
Okay. And then, so what do we
put
have in
in
there
the
now?
stockfish and the dry fish
So stockfish and dry fish in there.
Yes.
And that's about to start cooking.
to boiling.
So those are all the things that we did while you guys
We're not around.
were not around.
So next we are going to be putting in the item pot.
So I'm curious to see what's inside this thing, because I've never seen it in my
It
life.
comes like this. In fact, if I want to make it more interesting, I
Yeah.
will just heat it.
Okay, heat
Wait
it up
for
a
it.
little bit.
Wait for the aroma. It's coming up. Are you
Yeah.
started
Okay.
coming out?
Yeah.
So if I want
Okay.
to quick bring the aroma out, I just heat this up a little bit
Yeah, so heat it up a little bit and,
and then throw it into the pot.
So that's it.
Yeah.
So the main reason why we're using this is because of the aroma it brings out.
Yes, which is awesome. Okay, so this is good to go.
So this is good to go as
Yes.
it is. So I think we should go over the ingredients again, if we have the ingredients for, or the menu. Is it what it's called? It's called the menu.
Yes,
Is it the menu
no,
or
no,
the
the menu
ingredients?
is when the food is already made.
Okay,
the
so
recipe,
The recipe,
the condiments.
condiments, ingredients, and
Yes.
stuff. So what's the name of the soup again?
The
for
name
those that are
it's
just joining us?
atama soup.
Atama soup,
Yes.
and the Ibibios and the Efik
Efiks, the
folks do
Cross-Riverians,
it a lot,
the
even though we
Kwaibamans.
have all stolen it now. As Nigerian, we're all Nigerians,
Yes,
so it's no
so-
longer your soup. If you're from that area of the country,
a
it's
Nigerian
now
soup.
it's now our soup. We're exporting it to the world. So anyway, so the menu. So let's just go very, very quickly. I'm not sure the menu is ready with our guys.
Okay,
over
so
there.
we have extracted palm nut syrup.
Yes,
We have melon.
melon.
We have stockfish. We have dry fish. We have,
We have
the Iden
the
pot.
croaker fish, the Iden pod.
Yes, the croaker fish was.
And then there's this special
the atama.
leaves.
The atama
So where do I
leaves.
find atama leaves?
Any market, especially where you have the Calabar women, just ask them, please.
So
give
any
me
market
atama.
with Calabar women, just ask them atama.
Atama leaves,
So
yeah.
is it dry? Does it come dry,
Yes,
or do we dry it yourself?
this is dry. It comes dry. It comes fresh too, but when it's dry, you're a bit safe. You can just buy it and store for a long. It doesn't have an aroma.
Okay. So
No, sir.
atama leaves. So when you get to the market this weekend, ask for atama leaves
Yes.
right there.
Any Calabar woman has it.
Any Calabar woman has it. So
Yes. So we
exactly.
have our pomo.
So pomo is going in there now.
Yes, because it needs
this
to cook
soup
for a
is
while.
going to be so. Man, my goodness. So already,
Yes,
already in that soup, we have stockfish, dry fish, and now pomo is going in
Sorry,
there.
this pomo was pre-cooked earlier.
Oh, okay, so it's soft.
Yes,
it's soft
it's
a little
soft,
bit,
so
so
we're
that
not
we
gonna
don't
be
spend the
cooking it
next
for
2
too
hours
long.
cooking it. All right, so
Okay, so we're waiting for this to boil up.
yeah.
So the next thing we're going to add is our crayfish, our seasoning cube, our peppers. The last thing we're going to add is our our prawns, our dry prawns, and our fish.
And then
Yes, and-
at some point we're then going to put the
Oh, yes.
atama leaves in there.
That's not the next, and that's not the last.
It's not the next and it's not the last. I hope you guys are following though. Like I hope the
It's
people
not the
watching at
next,
home are
it's not the
following the
last.
soup and taking notes.
So
because you're
I'll
not
be
going to
using
find this on
crayfish.
YouTube or maybe later on.
No.
Okay,
So
so
we're gonna
crayfish
put
is
in the
going in there. So
crayfish.
this is a lot of crayfish.
Yes, I just like what crayfish does to most Nigerian meals. If
It just
you want your
wakes
meals
up the food.
That is immediately.
Yeah.
One time. Sharp, sharp.
So crayfish and
Okay, so I'm going to be putting
the yellow
my
peppers.
yellow pepper. Okay.
I feel like I should be doing something. Don't you think that I should be involved in this process?
Okay. The challenge is that we have quantities.
Okay, so dry pepper. You tell me when
Not
to stop. Not all. Otherwise.
Winnie, because we already have like 3 peppers already.
Okay.
That's okay.
So that's 3 peppers in there already. So
Yes.
I got to put in the dry pepper.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so
We haven't done anything with the salt. Did
not
we?
yet, but
Okay, not
we'll
yet.
soon be doing that. Okay, because we want to be health conscious and I'm not wearing this glove in this hand, I'm going to throw in my seasoning cube
On the side
on the side and use the spatula to
crush it.
crush it. It wouldn't take time. It's done already. Okay.
So atama soup is what we're making this morning, just to remind our viewers what's going on.
Doing
So everything
so.
that you're seeing on your screen right now, it's happening live and it's taking shape right before your eyes. So at some point you're going to remove this thing, right?
You can remove
flavor
it,
thing.
you can leave it, especially those that store their soups in their freezers. You can leave it. Once you're warming, it brings up the aroma that was in it earlier. Okay, as you can see, it's thickened already.
Yeah.
Okay, so next thing we need to do is taste for seasoning cube.
Yeah.
But because I'm used to my cooking, honestly, I'm not really going to taste it.
Yeah, so that's really good. That's really good. You're a pro. You're a pro with these things. Anyway, we have to go to the garden now. You know, there's a lot always happening on this show, left, right, and center. So while all these activities are going on, we're going to update you on what we did.
Okay.
But Titi is in the garden with one of our performers this morning. Something really special happening.
Alrighty then. Yes, it's about time to feel a little fashionable, people. I have with me in the garden Bridget Agba of George Liu. And George Liu is all about fashion, all about the woman. But you also do male outfits
Yes,
as well.
we do.
All
We
right
do.
then. Welcome, Bridget.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Thank you.
All right, you need to tell us about this collection. What's the collection about?
Okay, the collection is a work casual collection for women who want to stay in tune with fashion while they're trying to still be in fashion.
Okay, all right. So this piece in front of me, what is this piece made of? What sort of fabric is this?
Okay, this is a crepe fabric with a blend of pleated chiffons.
Okay. Pleated chiffon is not a fabric you see all the time.
No, it's not.
You decided to add this to the sleeve. Why exactly?
Because at the office, most times you need to have your sleeves covered. So it's just to give an illusion that your sleeves are still covered.
but giving you that little edge.
Exactly.
All right, thank you. Could you turn around? Let's see the back. Let's see the back. All right. I love that little hint of yellow, a little pop of color.
Thank
and
you.
I love the fact that it's got this isometric cut in front.
Thank you.
All right. Is it a top and bottom or just a full dress?
It's a full dress.
All right. Let's see the next one then, shall we?
Yes, we shall.
Aha. So what is this young lady wearing?
Okay, so she's also wearing a crepe fabric, but it's a loose crepe fabric. So it's a play suit that comes off as a dress.
Seriously, a
Yeah.
play suit?
Yes, it
So
is.
you're saying I could wear this to the office?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I could get away with it.
Yes, you
I
can.
love this cut. What do you call this?
These are frills.
Frills?
Yes, they are.
And you added the frills to just give it a little more edge.
Edge, exactly.
So the back, I can see something at the back. Please, could you spin for us? Okay, so it's not a wrap dress then?
It's part way a wrap dress and as
Okay.
well a play suit. So it's a
All
two-piece in one.
All right, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I love the little patterns there.
Thank
and I love
you.
the color, brown. It's a little demure and very mature.
Thank you.
There's another brown piece here. Tell us about this one.
Okay, so this is a silk fabric This is a silk fabric in 2 shades, brown and navy blue, and it's a one-piece jumpsuit.
One-piece jumpsuit. Is there any wrapping going on here?
No,
I see.
there isn't.
There's
It
none?
has the illusion of a jacket, but it's
Okay.
not a jacket.
Let's talk a bit about this sleeve, though. Tell me about this.
Same idea we were trying to work with on the other dress. We're trying to still give the illusion of your sleeves being covered.
Okay.
So you can still walk away with this.
All right. Could you turn around for us, please? Thank you. Okay, so the zip comes all the way down the back.
Yes,
It's
it
very
does.
comfortable.
It does.
Nice, and it's giving her a nice hugging figure. I like it.
Thank
I
you.
like it. All right, let's move along then, shall we? You have some really interesting pieces here.
Yes,
what have you decided to do with this one?
Okay, so this is tilting towards Friday. You want
Okay.
to go out after work and you still want to look like you're ready for this outing. So that's what this piece is for. And it's an Afrocentric piece, so it has a touch of African print.
All right, so African print with which type of fabric now?
This is a silk fabric as well, a
Silk.
plain silk fabric.
Plain silk.
Yes, it is.
But the white though, is this white or off-white?
It's off-white.
All right, so I'm getting a wedding vibe here with the off-white.
No.
What? No?
No, yeah, you're right. You're
Okay.
certainly right. You're
Okay.
certainly right.
Okay, but what do you think? If I wanted to, jazz this up a bit, what could I add to this? that would
Oh,
make
a great accessory, a purse,
Okay.
and your heeled sandals. You're
All
good
right.
to go.
All right then. So make sure you carry your heels to the office when you're using this piece or wearing this piece. You need to tell me about this one. What's this about?
Okay, so this is an oversized jacket. So
Is there such a thing as an oversized jacket?
Yes, there is. There totally
Really?
is. Yes, there is.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so because first off, oversized jacket are in trend.
Okay.
So it helps with the look and feel of your outfit. So you're still in tune with trends and you're still looking like you're ready for work.
All right then. So how is this in tune with trend, or is it only the oversized part?
Not just the oversized, the straight cut bootleg pants.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm
that
seeing it.
and the layering of the patterns on the jacket. So
Okay.
these are not heavyweight jackets, so they're not fully lined all the way inside.
Okay.
So it gives you like that loose, comfortable feel.
All right. I like the sleeve.
Thank you.
So it's not cuffed exactly.
No, it's not.
So I could probably, raise it up, expose my arms a little more.
Exactly.
And I could always bring it back down. I like this. Can we
Thank
see the
you.
back, please? Thank you so much. Very comfy, very mature, and just perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now, Bridget Agba of Josh Liu,
Yes,
thank
please.
you so much for coming to
Thank you so
show us
much
this.
for having
Yeah,
me.
are you wearing one of your pieces
Yes,
as well?
certainly, certainly.
It's been a while since I've seen this
I know.
done. What do you call that?
It's
again?
called a smoked dress.
Smoked.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find out how I can get one of those from you.
Please do.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
coming
very
to share
much.
with us
Thank
these
you.
pieces. When it comes to fashion tips and things like that, we try our best to give you everything you need. And hopefully we've given you something to inspire you for the weekend or indeed next week before you go to work. Talk to us on social media about it. Tell us with our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. Gonna be taking another break. It's all about you, people. Stay with us.
It's Friday. Work is, basically done. Almost done.
Almost done.
People start to wind down on Fridays.
Yeah.
So they're not as productive as they used to be, unless you have like a terrible boss who says you have to finish the work.
That's not a terrible
Because
boss.
the
That's a
Friday-
good boss.
No.
That's the definition of a great boss. Someone that
People
would
should
drive
chill.
you.
People should chill on Fridays, you know. Like,
We don't chill on Fridays.
I used to be uptight on Fridays.
We do so
you know.
much on Fridays. We don't chill. We got everything from dance to fashion to food to fitness. Like, we're on top of our game, and we hope you will be too.
Yeah, trying to stay ahead for you.
Yeah.
And that atama soup in the kitchen, man, right now. Mm-hmm. Super nice. Chef Mary Jane is
Yeah.
legendary.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, you
aromas.
spent this whole week with us, so we thank you for it. My name is Yomi Owope.
And I'm Titi Oyinson. 45 minutes more to go. We have It started counting down to the wrap up of the show. But hey, you need to stream live at tvcentertainment.tv.
Yeah,
Facebook at TVC Connect.
Yeah, our comments, of course, so you can keep them coming at using the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. And our app as well. You can download it and watch us live.
Yes, sir. Those mobile devices need us right there. We have an energetic dance performance coming your way in just a bit. We also have Adesotu Jesse Wohirin, popularly called
BBO2, an award-winning composer, producer, songwriter, many more. And here joining us for a chat.
Alrighty, yes, Friday is game day.
Friday is game day.
Yes, we have a game
I
coming.
thought we'd get to escape that today.
Oh, really?
Must we have?
You always try to escape the game.
Why won't I?
Seriously?
Okay, so you remember earlier I was giving you guys stuff happening today. So today is also a day for you to blame someone else. Yeah. So blame someone else day.
Blame someone. I blame Donald Trump.
For?
Something, I don't know, whatever. I can just
yeah.
blame someone else.
Just throw the blame.
Exactly.
Blame your lateness on the traffic. Or blame your tardiness on the rain or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Today is also Jewel Day.
Jewel.
Yes.
So you wear jewelry.
So you might want to buy some kind of jewelry for your wife today.
Some kind of jewelry.
What? Okay.
Jewelry.
So he's already calculating.
You said sorted. That's what you said.
He said, okay.
Yeah, all right.
Jewelry day.
So,
oh, by the way, today is World Sleep Day as well.
Sleep, yes.
oh, well, sleep is good for you.
Yeah, it's good for
So
the
there are photographs of major cities across the world, especially in Europe, completely empty. Streets of Paris, streets of Milan, Venice, Copenhagen. Major streets are completely empty. People trying to avoid contact with one another because of the coronavirus. And they're saying that, look, the less people that you have engaging one another, the less the virus can spread. Yeah. So they're asking people if you don't need to move around too much, just try and chill. And
businesses are taking a hit. Those public cafes, in Paris, you have streets lined with cafes, people eating and drinking and all that.
Yeah.
They're all closed. The only stores that are open are pharmacies and supermarkets.
Essential, essential
So
services.
and food marts as well. I'm actually very worried about the poor because in this kind of situation, in quotes, rich people always find their way. But poor folks, especially those who live by the day, literally, you get paid is when you can get food. For people like that, you just wonder how they're going to cope, how they're going to survive during this period. It's scary. It's
when they say, that there's always been that saying, save for the rainy day.
Yeah.
And this is when those rainy day savings come in handy. A lot of people online are talking about how they're just stocking up their houses with food, water, essential things and medication, things that they know could be scarce later on.
But the rainy day things you're saving for at the same time can only be done if you have something to save.
Yeah, sure.
That's why I'm actually making reference to this, because some people have stuff to save, some people don't have anything at all. And so for those who don't have anything at all, how can they survive? How do they cope in this kind of situation? You yourself wouldn't want to go accept something from people as a poor person because you don't know whether they are infected or something.
Of course.
It's dire times, really. Oh, by the way, you guys seem to have a thing for white shoes every Friday. This is like the second or third week in a row I'm seeing you both wearing white shoes.
Did you just switch topics to fashion?
Yeah, I
just
did,
like that?
because I know you will be taking the
So
news.
the fashion thing you guys were talking about earlier. Let me just take the news. I was going to say something else, but it's fine. Now, the deposed Emir of Kano, Emir Sanusi, is heading to courts to challenge what he termed as his detention and confinement. A suit filed on his behalf by a senior advocate of Nigeria, Lateef Fagbemi, is seeking an order of court for his release from where he was held after being deposed on Monday. The basis of the suit is for the restoration of his rights to human dignity, personal liberty, freedom of association and movement in Nigeria, apart from Kano State, pending the hearing and determination of the applicant's originating summons. Respondents to the application are the Inspector General of Police, the Director General of the Department of State Services, the Attorney General of Kano State, and the Attorney General of the Federation. On Monday, the former emir was deposed by the order of the Kano State government and was taken away from the palace. He was then flown to Abuja before a 7-hour drive to Loko in Nasarawa State. The next day, he was moved again to Awe, still in Nasarawa State, where he has since been under heavy security restriction. Now, the meeting between the Academic Staff Union of Universities and the federal government has been adjourned till Monday and Tuesday next week. This followed preliminary agreements between the federal government and ASU, the possibility of incorporating both ASU's proposed University Transparency and Accountability Solution, UTAS, and the Integrated Personnel and Payroll Information System, IPPIS, into the university payment system. The academic body is expected to discuss this with its members over the weekend and revert to government during next week's meeting. The House of Representatives has now resolved to be part of subsequent meetings between the government and ASU to forestall a breakdown in talks between both parties. Now over to West Africa. Ghana and Gabon have joined the list of African countries with cases of coronavirus. Ghana confirmed its first 2 cases, while Gabon confirmed its first case. Ghana's health minister, Kwaku Manu, said 2 people who'd arrived from Norway and Turkey tested positive. In Gabon, the patient was a Gabonese man who'd arrived from France. Globally, more than 125,000 people have been infected with the coronavirus and over 4,600 have died. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and his wife, Sophie Trudeau, are in a 14-day isolation after she tested positive for the coronavirus. Mr. Trudeau says he is not showing any symptoms, but he will work from home. Ms. Trudeau began to show mild flu-like symptoms, including a low fever on Wednesday night after returning from London. Health workers have begun contacting people Mrs. Trudeau recently met with. There are currently 103 confirmed cases of coronavirus in Canada and 1 death linked to the disease. The House of Representatives dedicated Thursday's plenary to deliberate on the issue of out-of-school children. Nigeria has more than 13 million out-of-school children, the highest in the world. The lawmakers resolved to amend the National Youth Service Corps Act to encourage deployment of young Nigerians on the 1-year national service to teach in schools. The House also resolved that it would dedicate a week for members to organize town hall meetings with their constituents for sensitization on children's education. At the Senate, the matter was debated on Tuesday, where Senate President Ahmad Lawan urged government to integrate Almajiri education into a modern system of education in Nigeria. Well, that's a wrap on the news for today on Wake Up Nigeria. Bringing up the new rules, big man the deep music, what is it now? Going up to the top now. Be in the road, in the right now in the spot now.
Oh, okay, so
Interesting sound there.
Yeah.
Interesting sound. All right, well, you know it's Friday, of course. So after the performance, we get to have a conversation with our performers, of course.
Yeah.
Adesotu Jesse Wahira, popularly called BBO2, is our guest this morning. He's an award-winning composer, producer, songwriter, synthesis, sound designer, and a Logic Pro expert.
He owns professional music studios in the US and in Nigeria, and he started playing Nigerian songs across the US at major events and gigs. And it's a pleasure having you in the studio. You look great, by the way.
I appreciate that.
Thank you so much for making it. And I just wanted to confirm the pronunciation of your name again. Say it for me again.
Sukis.
Sukis.
Yeah.
Suki.
Okay, so it's not Skookies.
No, Sukis. S-U-K-E-E.
Just wanted to be sure. Wanted to be sure. All right, then. So it's great to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Now, it's a Friday. There must be some special reason why you all are going around doing your media runs.
Yeah.
So tell us about that. Tell us about that. What's happening?
Actually, we just put out a song called The New Kid on the Block.
Okay.
So we're on a media tour for that. We're trying to push it out here because my mother used to always tell me before a masquerade dance in the public, they got to start from the homestead. So it's actually an Afro trap.
Okay.
For lack of better words, but ready for the American market. But we felt like since it was made in Nigeria, we wanted to kind of introduce it out here before I take it back to the US and go with that.
There are many people that will tell you that as a Nigerian, you have a better or rather higher rate of success if you bring your music to Nigeria. Is that why you're trying to push it in Nigeria before
As
going
well,
to the US?
that's correct. You know, yeah.
For someone so versed in music, you're a composer as well. You know, for you to go so deep into the music, there must be a story behind that. How did it all start for you guys? How did this start for you?
Since I was a kid, I always knew music was me. I was music. So, but I came from a family that is very pro-education, very there's nothing else to it other than that. So, but I wanted to, I guess my parents were trying to make sure that I have a steady source of income, I guess, or whatever. So I was pursuing my studies in the medical field, but again, I've said this 1,000 times, it's becoming like a boring story.
A boring story? Never.
So,
the almost doctor turned music composer?
So, but naturally, I know that music is my thing, so I just
All right.
started as a performer first, and then I'm proudly a Christian.
All right.
So when I became born again, and I started just hearing music, and I started documenting, and there's a passage in the Bible when God says He gave talent to a couple people. Some of them buried it, some of them do something good with it. So I felt, all right, cool, I'm gonna do good with it. So every time I did good with it, I kept getting more inspiration, and I just started writing it down. So naturally, I feel blessed to be doing what I enjoy doing.
All right, so how did you manage to...
Sorry, I wanted
serious?
to, I wanted to throw something to Suki's here.
Okay, I was going to ask that. How did you manage to come together to do this
Yeah, it was
song?
around the same area I was going as well. So how did this union happen? Talk to me, Scoopers.
Yep, came from talent.
Okay.
Actually, I do sing, I produce too, and I mix and master too, and that's raw talent. Like, I never learned that it's part of me. Like my boss said, since when he was a little kid, music has been part of him, same here. And it all starts from one call. And I just got a call. Yo, what's up? I heard your stuff. You good? Come true. And like a dream, everything just flipped.
When did the dream start, though? What year?
My own personal dream started 8-10 years back. Yeah, I've been doing music for that long, and we start in the church too, where we sing in the choir and all that. And that's how the music have been going, and got into the studio, and I knew that this is the place for me. And
that video, though, was really beautiful. Didn't you think so?
I was actually more interested in the sound. Did you mix and master it yourself?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, so you did all the work yourself.
Yes.
That's fantastic stuff because it's actually quality.
With the help of my boss, though.
Yeah, it's quality stuff. Well done.
Really
Thank you.
Well done. Okay, so of course, for you guys to be together, it might not be a regular thing, is it? Since we are BBO2 as a brand on its own. So we are looking to getting new stuff from you, Sukis, right?
Sure, always.
Fantastic. So this is like a stepping stone as well.
We can't wait to see it. Of course, people are going to be looking out for you on social media. Make sure you use our hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC as soon as you want to ask your questions of them. But we have to take a quick break. Wake Up Nigeria continues after this.
Stay with us.
In the streets, we used to be in the road, in the right now in the spot.
Oh, okay, so
interesting sound there.
Yeah.
Interesting sound. All right, well, you know it's Friday, of course. So after the performance, we get to have a conversation with our performance, of course.
Yeah.
Adesotu Jesse Wahira, popularly called BBO2, is our guest this morning. He's an award-winning composer, producer, songwriter, synthesis, sound designer, and a Logic Pro expert.
He owns professional music studios in the US and in Nigeria, and he started playing Nigerian songs across the US at major events and gigs. And it's a pleasure having you in the studio. You look great, by the way.
I appreciate that.
Thank you so much for making it. And I just wanted to confirm the pronunciation of your name again. Say it for me again.
Sukis.
Sukis.
Yeah.
Sukis.
Okay, so it's not Skookies.
No, Sukis.
Sukis.
S-U-K-E-E.
Just wanted to be sure. Just wanted to be sure. All right then. So it's great to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Now it's a Friday. There must be some special reason why you all are going around doing your media runs. Yeah. So tell us about that. Tell us about that. What's happening?
Actually, we just put out a song called The New Kid on the Block.
Okay.
So we're on a media tour for that. We're trying to push it out here because my mother used to always tell me before a masquerade dance in the public, they got to start from the homestead. So it's actually an Afro trap.
Okay.
For lack of better words, but ready for the American market. But we felt like since it was made in Nigeria, we wanted to kind of introduce it out here before I take it back to the US and go with that.
There are many people that will tell you that as a Nigerian, you have a better or rather higher rates of success if you bring your music to Nigeria. Is that why you're trying to push it in Nigeria before
As
going
well,
to the US?
that's correct. You know, yeah.
For someone so versed in music, you're a composer as well. You know, for you to go so deep into the music, there must be a story behind that. How did it all start for you guys? How did this start for you?
Since I was a kid, I always knew music was me. I was music. So, but I came from a family that is very pro-education, very there's nothing else to it other than that. So, but I wanted to, I guess my parents were trying to make sure that I have a steady source of income, I guess, or whatever. So, I was pursuing my studies in the medical field, but again, I've said this 1,000 times, it's becoming like a boring story.
A boring story? Never.
So,
the almost doctor turned music composer?
So, but naturally, I know that music is my thing. So I just
all right.
started as a performer first, and then I'm proudly a Christian.
All right.
So when I became born again and I started just hearing music, and I started documenting, and there's a passage in the Bible when God says He gave talent to a couple people. Some of them buried it, some of them do something good with it. So I felt like, all right, cool, I'm gonna do good with it. So every time I did good with it, I kept getting more inspiration, and I just started writing it down. So naturally, I feel blessed to be doing what I enjoy doing.
All right, so how did you manage to...
I wanted
serious?
to, I wanted to throw something to Suki's here.
Okay, I was going to ask that. How did you manage to come together to do this
it was
song?
around the same area I was going as well. So how did this union happen? Talk to me, Scoopers.
Yep, came from talent.
Okay.
Actually, I do sing, I produce too, and I mix and master too. And that's raw talent. Like, I never learned that it's part of me. Like my boss said, since when he was a little kid, music has been part of him. Same here. And it all starts from one call. And I just got a call. Yo, what's up? I heard your stuff. You good? Come true. And like a dream, everything just flipped.
When did the dream start, though? What year?
My own personal dream started 8-10 years back. Yeah, I've been doing music for that long, and we start in the church too, where we sing in the choir and all that. And that's how the music have been going, and got into the studio, and I knew that this is the place for me. And
That video, though, was really beautiful. Didn't you think so?
I was actually more interested in the sound. Did you mix and master it yourself?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, so
In
you
our
did
studio.
all the work yourself.
Yes.
That's fantastic stuff because it's actually quality.
With the help of my boss, though.
Yeah, it's quality stuff. Well done.
Really
Thank you.
Well done. Okay, so of course, for you guys to be together, it might not be a regular thing, is it? Since we are BBO2 as a brand on its own. So we are looking to getting new stuff from you, Suki's, right?
Sure, always.
Fantastic.
All
So
right.
this is like a stepping stone as well.
We can't wait to see it. Of course,
Good
people are going to be looking out for you on social media. Make sure you use our hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC as soon as you want to ask your questions of them. But we have to take a quick break. Wake Up Nigeria continues after this.
Stay with us.
It's game day, people. Yes. Yes. Be enthusiastic, my dear Mary. Be enthusiastic, Cookies. Wow.
Why?
What?
Why is Yomi not here? How
Go
many
away,
weeks
Joe.
now?
Yomi is in the kitchen
oh.
preparing a meal with the chef.
The meal has been ready for 30 minutes.
Today's challenge, or today's game, is called the Fill the Bottle Challenge. It's very simple. You have your sponge, you have your bucket of water, and on the other side, you have 2 empty bottles. All you have to do is with one hand, fill your sponge with water, go fill the bottle over there. The first person to fill up the bottle with the sponged water wins. Now, if you don't happen to win, you lose, right? Meaning you have a punishment. You will take a shower from the person that wins. Agreed?
No.
Agreed? Agreed?
Who would agree to such?
You're not thinking about taking a shower here on set, are you?
Is it stammering?
It's very simple. So, take your sponges. Are we ready? You're only allowed to touch the bottle to stand it up and fill it. Right? That's the only reason why you're allowed to touch the bottle. So stand it up. Once you start filling it with water, you're not allowed to touch the bottle again.
Ah.
All right.
What if it doesn't stand?
Yes, filling it on the floor.
Wow.
All right?
Titi,
On
you
your
just
marks.
came up with that.
Get
I'm very
set.
sure.
Go. All right. Move, 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 move. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Fill that bottle. All right. You need to let go of And you know what? Y'all did great. But you know I have to be a lady now. You know I have to start with ladies. You know I have to give you a shower, right? You know you have to take a shower.
I took my shower because
No, you're gonna take another shower.
Oh my God.
Now, are you gonna be a sport and take a shower direct on your clothes? Or do I have to give you a raincoat?
Nah.
I shouldn't give you a raincoat.
I need the raincoat.
You need the raincoat? So how much will you pay? You have to pay for this raincoat though.
Well, if
pay.
it was raining, I would have paid.
You would.
If it was raining, I would have paid.
He said if it was raining, he would have paid. Yeah. That's nice. All right, so Mary, arm yourself with the water bottle.
But wait, the bottle?
Yes, arm yourself with the water bottle. Or do you want to use the bucket?
No, I think I'll just use the foam.
The foam?
Yes, I'll just
sprinkle. Put it on, put it on, put it on.
Ah, boss, you're going to make me feel wicked.
She's going to stone you with water. Guy, oh yeah, stone him. He's still foaming. He's still
No.
He's still foaming.
Okay.
Stop.
No.
Oh yeah, wear it.
Mary, where is
ready to wear it? You have to wear it.
Put it on, put it on.
Protect yourself.
Put it on, put it on.
Wow.
Are you ready?
Not yet.
Are you ready?
Not yet.
You're wasting time.
Are you ready?
He's not ready yet.
Pull it
You
down.
see now?
Pull it down.
Let's go.
Pull it down.
Let's go. Let's go. Let me step out of the way. Mary, be vicious now.
No, I'm trying to watch out for this.
See what's going on. He's wearing a raincoat. He's wearing a raincoat now. He's wearing a raincoat.
Yeah, but he's got.
He's wearing a raincoat now.
My goodness. Absolutely crazy. Those guys, whatever they're doing in the garden there is just ridiculous. But Chef Mary Jane, you've done something really special for us today.
Yeah.
Atama.
Yes, atama.
Atama, that's what you made.
Yes.
And it was really, the whole process, just take us through it very quickly.
Okay.
Look at how nice that looks on the screen right there. Very nice.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Okay, so what we did is the main ingredient was the palm nuts. We washed, cooked, and extracted the syrup.
Mm-hmm.
Then when we boiled it, we wanted it to have a little more thicker consistency, so we added a little of egusi, which is the melon.
Which made it a bit thicker, yes.
Yes, which made it a bit thicker. Then we added our proteins. But before we added our proteins, we pre-boiled the croaker fish in the atama sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then we took it out differently because croaker fish breaks easily. So we took it out, put all the other things we needed to put, the crayfish, the atama leaves, the prawns, the pomo, and the peppers. The peppers, very, very importantly, is the yellow and the red one as a combination.
And then there was a dry black one.
Yes, the peppers also have its own taste. It gives the soup.
Yeah.
Then the last thing we put was the prawns.
Oh, the
because
prawns,
it remains crunchy. I like it crunchy.
We need to keep it crunchy, that crunchy
like
consistency.
So you can see I'm the only one here.
It's a
because
full,
I earned this.
It's a full solid meal that, you know, it's just absolutely excellent.
Special.
And,
For someone special.
Hey guys,
We're here.
please have a seat over here.
All right.
So we don't have much time. Mary Jane has already described what she did, the whole process. If you want to find out more, please contact me privately.
For being such a good sport, even though you didn't win the game, you get to taste
So
it.
what happens to me? I won the game.
I thought he won the game.
I don't understand.
did.
He filled
Mary
this
won.
thing.
I won.
Mary won the
because
game.
I've got
Wasn't I watching?
All right, so we don't have that much time. We have to round off now.
Go ahead, take a taste.
20 seconds, just have a taste.
Yeah.
And while he's having that taste, we gotta go. We have to go, guys. It's been an absolutely amazing show. See you on Monday at 6 a.m. Bye-bye.
Have a great day, y'all.
What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? You like it?
Is that good? Is that good?
Good. It was worth it, right? It was worth the bath.
Yeah,
Yes,
right here on the show. Bye.